Hello, friends.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It's time for the spectacular.
Ooh, I'm excited.
A jumbo series of live shows.
Cool.
With guests whom you all know.
We sure do.
We got all you need in the TVCo app, which is free. We're talking everyday life with BB alums, old school, new school. It's all epic fun. So let's get started, friends, because us three got a lot to discuss.
We do.
It's time to enjoy the show.
It is.
Let's see who'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Guess who's enjoying the intro?
Hooray!
It's me, and I'm sorry, Nicole, I tried for you, but we got guests. We gotta start the show. Go, Nicole, start the show. Start it now.
Fine.
Hello, Nicole, and I just realized, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! How are you today, Eric?
I'm doing great. Boy, last night sure was crazy.
Yep, up past midnight, watching the ball drop.
We were live in the Hello Friends community in the TVCo app. I had so much fun with everyone.
And I ate lots of food.
And you guys know me, I don't like to talk about stuff after the fact, so my lips are sealed. I just wanted to quickly remind everyone, wherever you guys are watching this show back, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or of course, if you want to be part of these shows, you influence a lot of them. Check out the Hello Friends community in the TVCo app, where you can weigh in on the polls, the meters, the posts, give your questions for the guests, like the ones we have on this show with Matt. Of course, sharing the shows are a really great way to help support them as well from wherever you're watching as well. Put them in your Facebook groups, tell your family, tell your friends. It is a great way to help support the shows. And what if they're listening to the podcast version back, Nicole?
If you are listening to the podcast version on your favorite podcast provider, please leave it a 5-star rating and a positive review and share it with all the fellow podcast listeners in your life. And also be sure to check out our website, hellofriendspod.com, for all of our information and links to previous shows, like our shows with Julie Chen, Caitlin Bristow, Will and James from The Amazing Race, and so many more.
Of course, you can get our schedule over there as well to find out all the times we're going live, links to all of our socials, and so much more. Now, Nicole, I am so excited. There is probably not a better way to kick off the new year.
Yep, this is actually extremely valid.
I almost feel like I want to steal the intro from you. That would be a better way to kick it off, but I won't, Nicole. I will let you do the intro. So take it away, Nicole.
I was outraged for a second, but thank you. Okay. Happy New Year, friends. We are here with a lovely guest. He is 1/5 of Pentatonix, has an incredible bass voice, and even more incredible personality. It is the one and only Matt Sallee.
Hello, Matt.
Hey. What is up? I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you, Matt.
Happy New Year.
How are you doing? How was your New Year's?
Oh man, good. I hope everybody watched. If you didn't, it's too bad. No, I'm just kidding. If you did, you could go back and watch it. We performed on NBC's New Year's special. We did All Lang Syne, which is out a single I'm already plugging. But no, it's so cool because it's one of my favorite arrangements we've ever done. We did all Lang Syne. Auld Lang Syne, hard to say. And
I never know how to pronounce it. I just say it quick. I'm like, oh, did you listen to All Lang
Honestly, I was singing it and recording it. I was like, I think it's old. And he was like, and my producer, he was like, I think it's all the things that we did it like 20 times. We were like, let's do it all the ways and just pick one.
Do you know what my favorite part of your performance was last night?
What was that?
When you just stopped you stopped right in the middle of the song and you were like, shout out Eric and Nicole, hello friend. No, I think everyone knows that we're pre-recording this. If you guys don't, obviously, it is not New Year's yet. And we are so thankful that you're taking time out before you guys go and do this amazing performance to spend some time and record a show with us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a busier time, so it's like after Christmas. So
Absolutely. You guys are Christmas. Pentatonix is Christmas.
We do a lot during Christmas.
Yeah,
and you are also super busy because you just got engaged back in October.
It's true.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Yes, it is. Yeah. Sorry, no, you go.
No, I was just going to say, tell us what is it like being engaged?
Oh, look at these pictures. She's like around the corner, but it is fantastic. I think we're constantly on the road and we're constantly touring and performing, and so having this like pause from all that, we were actually a day out from our European leg of our world tour, and then coronavirus hit. We were like gonna go to the airport the next day, and then it was like nobody can fly, and so that was a halt, obviously, and so we stopped touring, and so being home and getting that time together was actually super special, and like we were together like every day and hanging out, getting to know each other even more, like all of the movies, all the games, all the walks. Like I never knew I loved walks so much. Like we'd walk around the neighborhood every day. It was so sweet. We ate too much, like everybody did and does during this time. And I was like, this is crazy. I think I could do this now. Like, this is like, the time is right. And do this now. And like, called my dad, and we had a conversation, and he was like, when I proposed to your mom, I just knew. And I was like, what am I waiting for? And then I was like, oh, I think that's a sign. I like need to go do this. And so I talked to her family, and then like planned it like 2 weeks, and then like did this beautiful proposal with like rose petals and all in like an archway, and my family flew out, and it was just really, our families met for the first time, and she was so surprised. It's on my Instagram, everybody go watch it.
Yes.
She's genuinely that surprised. It's funny because the comments are like, she's so sweet, she looks so surprised, and I'm like, she is. She is genuinely, I had no idea. She thought we were like going to watch football.
It was so sweet and so beautiful. You sang Falling in Love with You, correct?
Yeah.
And just so absolutely beautiful. Like I was crying watching it, but
Aww.
Someone's gonna sing it to you one day too, Nicole.
Yeah.
Matt, I need to be honest because I admitted this during our live show the other day, and if I don't admit it publicly, I will forever be shamed by chat. Although I am very happy for you, and there's many congratulatory messages, I was very jealous and upset because I was convinced you were my soulmate. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm happy, but I'm not. So
it's okay. I have a brother.
Oh.
Single. I'm like putting him out there. He's gonna hate. No, I do have a brother. I think it's single, but we'll chat after.
Wow. Oh gosh, don't tell me that now. I'm bright red. Oh gosh.
Well, I think I know what it is, because you and Nicole kind of have a very similar story. We know that you are a Big Brother fan. And, Nicole was very much someone who, from a young age, was a fan of Big Brother and knew, watching that show, I'm going to be on that show one day. I'm going to be on that show. I'm going to conquer that show. She ended up becoming America's favorite player and became an all-star this season. And, your story, which I will let Nicole tell.
Thank you. And you can obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember watching like a special or an interview where you explained that you were a huge fan of Pentatonix. You were at a concert and you were in the audience looking at them saying like, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to do this. And that's incredible to me.
Yeah, it's insane. There's pictures, like the fans found some of the pictures and they pull it up. And I was in 12th grade and I like led this a cappella group, and we went to this competition and they workshopped it. And like, then we didn't win the competition. I don't want to talk about it. We should have won. They cheated. I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit. They had like their teachers perform with them in this high school competition. Honestly, they cheated, and I don't want to see they're like kicked out of any concert if I ever see their face. But anyway, no, I was just kidding.
Spill the tea, Matt.
Yeah.
We need names.
Yeah. But no, and so we got to like sit in the front row and watch them perform. And I remember thinking, like, this is me. I want to be in this group. Like, I want to do something like it someday, because I would always like mow the lawn and sing the bass parts, or like find my way. I was like, somehow like add a sixth part in and like sing through the melodies and like, you know, bounce my part in, and like they could add a member. I used to joke, I was like, they could add a member. I'd be the extra member if they ever added a member. And like, lo and behold, I was doing a cappella kind of professionally, and then I never knew that. I thought I would do something like, you know, I've always wanted to do a cappella, but I never thought that I would be in the group. And so when the opportunity presented itself, it was like, wait, what? And I was just happy throughout the audition process. I was just happy to sing with them and like be there. And I was just like, even if I don't get it, this is super cool. But then like, quickly, like I got the call, and I moved to LA in a week, and they got the call and they were like, hey, do you want to come move to LA? And I was like, yeah. And I bought a one-way ticket and moved to LA, and the rest is kind of history. Yeah.
That is incredibly, like, that's insane, but that's incredible. Oh my gosh.
I see that Becca SC in the Hello Friends community said, what was the audition process like? What were you up against a lot of other singers? Is there any part of the audition process for it that you can talk about?
I'm going to give you the exclusive right now.
Oh. We like that word.
I don't really go into too much detail, but it was like the best of the best basses. Think about there's not a lot of bass singers in the world. And like, if you know, we know each other, you know, like, and so when I flew to the audition, I like got into the van with all these like heavy hitters. It was like 8 of us. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. It's like, imagine like Demi meets Tori, and like, it's like all, you know, like all these crazy singers. And I remember thinking like, this is dope and really cool, because when else will we all be in the same place? You can't make an a cappella group with just basses. Like, that'd be kind of weird. And so it was really cool. And get there, it's kind of intense. Like, we're like all, you know, in this room listening to each other sing, because it's really loud. You know, we're trying to talk over it, but we like kind of hear each other. So we're like, it's really nerve-wracking. And I went like second to last, so I was like, I got to hear everybody, which is kind of an advantage. For most people, it would be nerve-wracking, but for me, I was like, I know so much about acapella, it was kind of an advantage. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, like I can do this and do that. And then like we got there, sang for them, and then they cut 5 people and sent them back to the hotel. It was like American Idol on steroids. It was kind of crazy. And and then the 4 of us sang with them and like warmed up with them and like sang with them. And then then we all sang, and we went back to the hotel, flew back to Boston. That's where I was living. And then didn't hear back for like 3 months, because they had a tour that they were finishing. And so I'm like, just tell me I didn't get it, you know? like somebody just tell me something. And then lo and behold, I was in a Target, and I got the call, and I was like, I called my parents, and I was good old Target. Yeah, right. And I called my parents, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going to be a Pentatonix. And my mom was like, what?
That is awesome. Was there any part, like, especially when they cut you down to 4, were you kind of like, I got this, I'm very confident, I know I got it? Or were you like, okay, just that one person I'm looking at, or all 3 of them? Like, how'd you feel among the 4?
It was a toss-up, because it just depends. These are 4 incredible singers, but we all do 4 different things. And one of the guys was even like a beatboxer and a bass singer. So it was very interesting. Whoever they chose, it would be because of a certain reason or a sound or what they were looking for, you know, whatever, because we all brought so many different things to the table. And so I was confident, but I was confident in myself, but I wasn't, you know, I knew I did the best that I could do. But it's really up to them what they want. I would have been upset because I was like, oh, this guy, they wanted him because I could rationalize it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep, exactly.
I don't
Right.
understand if it's like, oh, I get it because this guy can do this and that, that kind of thing.
It's so funny because, you say about them being on tour at that time. I swear that I think that if Scott saw me, that he would know me, because there was a good point of, I think, was it last year? It might have been last year, where I would have to be at Mohegan Sun, whether it be for a reality thing or I was just going to take a break, which is like a casino, a stadium type of thing. And I don't think they were performing. And I am a very much 3 a.m. at night person. I'm just like, la la la, doing the show. And I'd be like, Scott from Pentatonix. Every time I went, like literally 3 months in a row, I'm like, he's always here. And every time I'm like, I can't bother him. I can't, because I know for me, and I'm nobody, I am just like, when I am not doing all of this, sometimes I don't want to be like, yes, let's have a whole conversation about that thing. So I just try to stand back. But I swear, I kept running into him. And then I think DragCon in New York City, I turned around, he was standing in front of me again. I'm like, all right, I swear, not stalking you. Not stalking you.
I honestly thought when you started that conversation, Eric, I thought you were going to say that you were at the tryouts to sing. I thought that's where this was going.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say, I could have sworn I met you, Matt. I was like, oh, here it comes.
As my husband tells me all the time, who was in a quartet for many, many years, I am tone deaf and I should never sing. And he's embarrassed for me anytime I do on this show.
Aww.
I don't believe that. Anyone can sing. Anybody can be taught to sing, even if you don't think you can sing.
You just like whisper sing. Yeah.
Who whisper sings?
I don't know who whisper sings, Nicole. But that was just I always used to just crack up thinking that, like, oh, I'm going to Mohegan Sun. Wonder if I'm going to see Pentatonix there today.
Oh my God. Question. Was it the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut or the one outside of Boston? In Connecticut. In Uncasville, we were there like 14 times a year.
Yeah. Oh no, I know, and it's
funny.
Yeah, and it's every time I'm there, apparently.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy though. You should have said something. We're like, especially at that time. I mean, we're all probably just like so social. We're like, hey, let's go gamble or something, like.
No, I will now. Like now, I will if I see it. Like in the future, if I see you guys there again, of course, will. It's very different now. I've only been there one time since COVID, and it's frightening now.
Well, now that you're there, we're gonna have to hang. Now that we know each other, for sure.
Hold on.
Nicole needs an invite.
I need an invite, so let me figure this out. No, I've never been to Mohegan Sun or anywhere. I've walked through Cowboys in Canada, and that was a casino. I've walked through it, but I've never been to a casino.
Have to come. It's like this. It's like smallish venue / casino, and they always they're so sweet there. It's my favorite place to go. They're so nice.
It is. And, they are so nice, and free drinks.
Yeah, and you have to come. We're literally meet there, and it'll be great. And
we'll do
now that there. I'll bring Sarah, we'll have a great time.
Yes, we have to. We have to. Now, speaking of Sarah, I do want to say we had another question from Cherie in the Hello Friends community, who said that she watched your engagement on Instagram, but she wants to know, will there be any behind the scenes of the engagement planning? And do you plan on performing at your wedding?
Ooh, no and no, I think, sadly, because I was so stressed with the planning. Her sister and I did so much. We talked literally every day for that 2-week stretch. And so there was no time. There was no time to think about recording it or, any sort of thing. And COVID, I wanted to be sensible with everything, and And she will figure things out very quickly. She's in law school right now, and
So she was on it.
yeah, so the fact that if she wasn't in law school, then she would have known that I was planning it. But so I'm thankful to law school. And so between all of those variables and me trying to act normal and, and not give anything away, so no behind the scenes. And I don't know. She's kind of in the apartment, so I don't know if I'll sing at the wedding. Maybe we'll see, maybe not,
If you could have anyone perform at the wedding, who would you want to perform?
Oh my gosh. We love a version. Can't Help Falling in Love. What's her name? Kina Granis. She sings. Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Yes.
The when they're going in the pool and the I can't help falling in love, the wedding scene, and she sings this version of it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just incredible. And she loves that and loves that. We both do love that version. She showed it to me at first, and I was like, oh man, if we could get her to sing that at the wedding, that would be really cool. But we'll see. We actually have a connect. Our manager used to manage her. So it was kind of too close to home. So I was like, oh, that could be cool. That's really easy to connect. He could just throw her a number and try to get, but that's so far out for planning wise, but that would be the answer. If we could get her there, that would be so beautiful while we're walking down the aisle. Oh, come on. That would be beautiful.
I feel like that's a really easy ask if you're a manager. He's a manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey, how's that girl you used to manage?
Yeah.
I mean, we could try for Taylor. We could try and get Taylor on the phone for you. We could be like, Todrick, get us Taylor.
Yeah.
Eric is obsessed with Taylor Swift.
Yes. A little bit. Just a little.
I mean, did you listen to Folklore? I mean, it was all of it. It's just so, she's incredible. She's incredible.
She is. That one day, although I will say that we were so close to having a Pentatonix song being our wedding song.
Oh, no way.
Then we didn't, so this isn't a good story.
Well, not us. But you and us.
Well, we were yes.
The way you said it,
we. Nicole and I never. But yes, me and my husband, it is just so funny how much I feel like Pentatonix has always been a part of my life and my relationship for so long. It was so surreal the moment that Nicole, I don't even remember how it happened, that she said oh, if we could have anybody on during the holidays, who would you want? I'm like, Pentatonix. And she's like, I'm just going to follow them on Instagram. And then 20 minutes later, she called me back and she's like, guess who's following me? She literally ran downstairs and announced it to her whole family.
Yes. Because it's very surreal when people that you idolize and you view as you view as so amazing, when you interact with them, it's oh my gosh, I already view you as so amazing, and now I get to I don't know, it's an amazing feeling.
Same, honestly, same. Full transparency, we love Big Brother and love you on Big Brother. It wasn't a hey, it was oh, I don't remember who's that. It was no, Nicole. I think we were both oh my god, it's so cool, because we watched it Scott and his boyfriend Mark and Kirsty, we all love the show. We watch it while we're on tour, and we bought it on iTunes, we watch it, didn't talk about it, and so because we don't want to wait for it, so we buy it so we watch it, and we watch it together in the dressing rooms and stuff. Your season was a part of our tour, so it was so Mark actually messaged me, and Mark and Scott, they were oh my gosh, this is so cool, I can't wait to watch it. And so it's, you never know, which is so cool about the industry and entertainment and social media. You never know.
And who impacts each other's lives, and that's it's amazing.
Well, I feel like now's your chance. What do you want to know? Is there any behind the scenes Big Brother things that you want to know?
Oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. I'm gonna no. I didn't think to ask. I was so excited. I didn't think about that
Okay,
question.
ready?
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, I have so many Big Brother.
Christy and Tommy are really enemies in the real world. Tommy lit Christy's Jeep on fire over the Christmas
Do not,
holiday.
Eric.
That is a lie.
Rumors I'm gonna get in trouble for.
Tommy and Christy have a sense of humor. That is obviously a lie. I was trying to create drama. He didn't have any questions.
Matt,
I was trying to give him something good.
I just felt the soul leave my body that this was going to become like a thing. No, they are not enemies in real life. They are very close. They are like family.
Yes.
Wow. That is, I was going to be very, very, very shocked. Whoa.
No, they're very close. I promise.
Oh, man. Whoa.
Eric's over here lighting dumpster fires. Eric, calm down.
Nicole and Cliff, while they appeared to be close on the show, have had a severe falling out after Nicole tried to date Cliff's son and he rejected her.
No. Oh my God, Eric, he's engaged.
Question. Okay. Like, how close do people, like, do you guys stay after the shows and stuff? Like, is everybody, because it's so hard. Even for me, when I'm watching, I'm like, man, I harbor so many feelings. And I'm like, I could say I'll be good, like, right after with the Julie exit interview, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to hold it together.
It's weird. BB21, we were extremely close postseason. BB22 is very different. It was kind of like everybody went there, did their job, and left, I feel anyway. But I would say it's kind of like, I feel when you graduate high school, so you're really, really close, and then you slowly go your own ways. College, you're very close, but then you go, it's kind of like that. Like when we first got off the season, very, very close, and then who's going this route, who's going back to school, who's working this way, you live so far away. So it's kind of more catching up around the holidays, more so than when we first got out of the house. It was always bothering each other. And what are you up to? I call us a dysfunctional family.
Do you get bored in the house? I just said I didn't have any questions. Now I'm 25.
Okay.
No, I love it.
Do you get bored in the house knowing that you're on your phone? We're on our phones 24/7, knowing that you don't have your phone. Like, what? There's only so much pool you can play. There's almost so much drama when less people are leaving. So like, what do you do?
I think that's why, as the season goes on, it gets more boring. But in the beginning, I think that's why drama gets stirred and alliances get formed and people turn on each other, because there's nothing to do but talk about each other and to each other. But as it gets further and further along, like especially around like Final 5, Final 4, it's just brutal because you're sitting there, they do finally give us playing cards and stuff, but you're locked inside all the time. So you're just sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I've made all the alliances I can make. Now it's just a matter of waiting for competitions to happen. So you're just sitting there waiting yep, 3 more weeks.
Oh my gosh, man. We talk about it all the time. They always say, they're like, you would be so good at Big Brother. And I was like, I agree, but I don't think I could ever actually go on. I miss my family too much. And I don't know if I could ever actually do it, especially with our schedule, but it would be fun. Like if there was a game that wasn't televised.
But see, that goes to my next question. My question is, because a lot of, I call them castmates. They're not castmates, you're bandmates. They often say you're an extrovert, you're very personable, you're very charismatic and charming. I think you would do very well on Big Brother. Would you ever, let's say the tour quiets down, you have a month to yourself, would you do Celebrity Big Brother?
I don't know.
It's only 3 weeks. It's only 3 weeks.
I thought it was that. I've never seen Celebrity Big Brother. It's only 3 weeks.
It airs.
I don't know.
It airs in January, usually, and it's usually the last 3 weeks of January. And, I mean, you can do whatever you want with your money, but I feel like a lot of these places that do the celebrity, they make it be playing for charity. It is not playing for charity. You get to keep the money and can do what you want with it. It's a very sped up season. Marissa Winokur won last season, Season 1?
And then Tamar won the second one. Yep.
And then Tamar won.
Right.
Yes, and then Tamar won last season.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Mhm.
I mean, it would be so fun. Like the challenges, it would be a lot of fun. I'd have to really think about it. Like I'd have to like really, really think about it. But it would be like in a perfect world, it'd be fun too. But I don't know if I actually could like pull the trigger on it.
I think you could, especially, this past season, like they had a comp that was musically based. It was like, memorize the notes and click the buttons. So that you'd probably be like, bam, won that.
Yeah, or flop in it and then be
Right. Well, I have to say, we have your back on this one. In case you want to know, we did poll people in the Hello Friends community asking, did they think that you should be on Celebrity Big Brother?
Oh, wow.
84% of the vote.
Oh, wow.
84% said you should do it.
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe that's in my future. Who knows? It would be fun. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll watch a Celebrity Big Brother. We'll just watch it through in 24 hours. You
like probably binge it really quick.
And then we'll see, because we do have a lot of fun watching it. So maybe. That's so kind of you, though, for you guys to think that I should be on it. That's nice.
No, you 100% should. And I mean, speaking of polls, I know that we were live a little bit earlier, which you may or may not have seen. We asked everyone in the live show what their favorite Pentatonix holiday song was.
Oh, cool.
Before I tell you the results, which is your favorite holiday song that you guys perform?
It's so hard for different reasons. I really love performing Little Drummer Boy, even though I didn't sing on it. Right. I love that arrangement so much. But of course, The Grinch is always fun. I love like friends and family and like little kids that send me videos of them singing it. Like, hey, like it's so sweet. But probably Amazing Grace is my favorite.
Well, then you are going to be happy to know that Amazing Grace won with 39% of the vote. Now, I had to take O Come All Ye Faithful because that is always going to be one of my favorite ones. But then everyone was like, you have to put Hallelujah on it 100%. We knew 12 Days of Christmas and Amazing Grace was your guys' newer songs from this season. So we wanted to put those on there. But Amazing Grace won.
Oh, wow. Over Hallelujah. I'm so surprised. Hallelujah is huge. People love that song. That's cool. I love Amazing Grace.
They do love it.
The entire Christmas album is absolutely like fabulous. I wanted to hear you talk about that a little bit about, I know you guys like recorded it all from home. That's a very different dynamic, obviously. How was that going through that like recording process?
Tedious, very, very tedious. We had to be our own engineer and producer and, all the things from home. And it was actually, even though it was a little harder than, we're used to, and I speak for myself, I think that it was actually a little liberating, like to see, and gratifying to like do the certain things or learn some shortcuts in the certain, programs and things. And the more we did it, the easier it got. And like taking takes and singing them in a certain way, maybe, even though we love our producer, when like something about being by yourself and it's almost like you're sitting in the shower, it's like you take certain liberties and like you do certain things that you may not do in front of anybody. And so it was kind of cool to have that freedom and sing like that. And it became exciting, but it was a long journey to get there because it was really hard.
And how do you practice? Like you just each record separately all the time and then they put it together? Or did you like Zoom call it? Like, all right, let's practice.
Oh my gosh, that would be messy. If we were like Zoom call, we're all trying to sing together. That would be so funny, actually. But But no, we record separately. And, our producer would send us, the music or certain things. We'd arrange it, actually, starting back up, we'd arrange it. And then our producer would send us the arrangements and the materials to record from home. We would record it, send it in, get it mixed together.
Wow.
Then, go through that process with the mixes, and then we put it out, and you'd think that with 5 different opinions, it'd be actually really hard, but it actually, because it's been done for so long, and it's like clockwork, you know what you're listening for, you know what you need, and bring that up, and you disagree with this, you agree with that, and it's just like boom, boom, boom,
And that's a very valid point as well. I know I saw somebody in the Hello Friends community had asked, how is it working with, the 5 of you? It's, yes, you're so amazing together, but it's still 5 different people, 5 different personalities. Is there ever a time when you're doing stuff like that, when it's like, oh, I don't really agree with the arrangement, or, oh, I want to do this differently, or can I sing that part? Or is it more so like, okay, this is what we're doing?
It's really collaborative. And it could, because we kind of have a format of things. And if we want to stray off of the format, we talk about it. But it's usually very easy, if we want to, if I want to say I want to sing a part, like originally, another exclusive, but originally I was going to sing the end of Amazing Grace in our early arranging sessions. And then we actually ended up flipping it, and I actually sang the beginning, and then Kevin sang the end, and it just ended up working out so perfectly. And
it's really interesting.
And because we weren't going to mash up the song, I'm giving you all the exclusives. We weren't going to mash up the songs at first. And then we ended up mashing up the songs between Amazing Grace, the hymn, and Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone, the Chris Tomlin version. And so it was like, how can we make, because they're both very popular. I grew up on Christian music, so I know how popular both versions are. It'd be cool to hear both versions. So we were like maybe we do a traditional thing and then into the Chris Tomlin version. It just worked out so perfectly.
And speaking of working out perfectly, the title of the album itself, We Need a Little Christmas, if that's not fitting.
Yeah.
Lord knows we all need a little Christmas all year long, because it's some year, but a beautiful title, beautiful cover. And it just came out last month, correct? November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And which is crazy, because we were like, well, are we going to do a Christmas album this year? And we're like, well, actually, probably should, because people would really feel like people need it. And then Scott actually had the idea of saying, well, we haven't done We Need a Little Christmas, the song, which is crazy, because there's like this list of songs that Pentatonix hasn't done, Christmas songs that we haven't done, and it's actually longer than you think. Like, who would have thought that we hadn't done Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer before? You would think that would be like one of the first ones, and but in any case, we had a long list, and then we ended up picking, saying we're going to do the Christmas album. And Scott was like, well, We Need a Little Christmas would be a perfect title for the album. I was like, oh, that's great. I mean, and he's a genius. Scott's a genius. I mean, they all are in their own right, but Scott is so smart and creative in that way. And so it was like, wow, that's perfect actually for the album title.
What is, what? Go ahead, Nicole.
I was going to say, when it comes to that list of songs that you haven't done, I'll ask about general songs later, but like Christmas songs, what's one that you're like, okay, next time we have to tackle this Christmas song?
What was it? There was one that we almost did. Oh, we haven't done Frosty the Snowman. I know, it's just like things that it's like, oh, we haven't done Frosty the Snowman. You think that we have, and you're like, or whatever. And we'll see what, we would reimagine some songs too from, some songs that we want to do again. And, which is also a whole new realm of Christmas. Cause it's like, if you have a double version, maybe we do a double-sided thing. Maybe, the possibilities are endless. That'd be so fun.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of the holidays, another thing that we kind of polled people on and asked them to weigh in on. Now, where things are about to get serious, Matt.
Yeah, very serious.
Get serious now. Because this is not going to be easy. I'm just forewarning.
All right.
So we polled everybody. We polled everybody. What of our hot topics from this week should we have you weigh in on? Whether it is acceptable to gift wrap a gift, or if you should say to someone, I really don't care about you a lot, and I'm just going to put it in a bag. Or should we have you weigh in on holiday traditions? Do you think New Year's resolutions are a thing? And are you a cat or a dog person? Well, I'm here to tell you, well, you can see, with 77% of the vote, holiday traditions is the winner. So that being said, I can now cheat. Nicole and I have this argument all the time. I don't believe that gift bags should be a thing. I like to make my bows and ribbons from scratch. Hot glue guns are involved in every gift that I wrap. It's like an experience. I'm crafting the tag and embossing it. Like it's an experience when you get a gift. Nicole just throws it in a bag and hands it to you.
I expect a gift next Christmas. I want a gift. This is extravagant.
People literally ask me to just give them an empty wrapped gift for Christmas, and then they put it under their tree every year. It's a new thing I do now for people.
See, I'm more of I love the Dollar Tree, Matt. Like, that's like my hangout. I'm obsessed with it. And nothing beats a nice bag. You put tissue paper at the bottom, you put your present in, you put a puff of tissue paper at the top, put a nice little bow on the outside of the bag, whammo, kablamo, you got yourself a nice wrap present.
Whammo, kablamo. I honestly, you both have compelling arguments.
Thank you.
I haven't done enough lawyer stuff with her yet. She's only been one semester, so I don't know how to delegate this quite yet. Okay.
I think plead the fifth.
I think because it depends on what it is. After trying to rap terribly this year, I want to learn how to rap better, so I think I get it. And rapping is cool, and watching the kids rap them. But a bag is so nice. What happens if you can't rap? Got a poof for Christmas. Yeah. Like, you can't wrap a poof.
Tissue paper?
You know, like, you can't, like, it was like a big foot thing. So, like, I get you. There's time for bags, you know, and so I don't know. It depends.
There is no time for bags. There is zero time for bags. That is like me saying there's time for auto-tune, Matt. There's no time for bags. Okay? There's none. Nothing says I don't care about spending the 10 minutes it takes to make something look pretty for you than a bag.
No. It takes a lot of effort. You gotta, like, open the bag and, like, pop it open. No, if you don't open it right and the little flaps aren't out, then you just crush the whole bag. You gotta have your tissue fall the right way.
I have had my fingertips. I've had my fingertips burned off from hot glue getting the perfect bow.
Wow, you are committed.
I am committed. I am committed to it. I don't know what's fine. We'll let that one go. Fun. Here's another important one.
But wait, hold on, Matt. You are wrapping a Pentatonix CD to give to a loved one. Do you wrap it and, like, you know, like the Eric style with a bow, or do you put it in a nice bag with tissue paper?
Yeah, you put it in a bag because they probably signed, and you don't want to mess up the Sharpie marker. And
you
gotta put it in a bag.
Well, guess what happened?
Or
here goes the or.
You brought the bag to your friend's house, Matt. Your friend has a dog. The dog has now ripped apart the bag because he thought it was a toy. He slobbered all over that autograph, which has now completely ruined it. Had you gone the Eric way, where I would have preserved it in some sort of a nice little plastic acid-free bag, gently laid it onto a tissue. No, a plastic bag. Laid it onto a tissue cushion in a box a little bit bigger, because you want to trick a person at the holiday. You don't want them to know they're getting an autograph. And then we're wrapping it. That is what we would do. My present would survive.
That's a good argument. I'm not meant to be a judge. I'm so easily swayed. I was just on the left. You were right there. You just swayed me back. I don't know. You win.
We'll give you an easy one. Real tree or fake tree?
This should be easy, right? This year was the first year I've ever done a real tree, because Sarah and her family do real trees, and my family has had an artificial tree growing up, and so I didn't know people really did real trees until we went and got a tree. And I think after getting this real tree, I like the real tree like, the tradition of grabbing the tree and putting, like, I think that could be a fun tradition. So I get why people do it. I do like the look of an artificial tree, though. Like the way that they look a little better to me than but maybe we need better lights. I don't know. It's just 1 year.
An artificial tree is like the Instagram of trees. Like all of the things are in the perfect spot and every light is perfectly spaced out. So obviously the fake tree is going to look better.
But honestly, she showed me Kim Kardashian's tree, and it looked real. And that tree was an artificial tree, and I had never seen. I was like, "Well, if we get that tree, then that's a happy, happy
If we had Kim Kardashian money, we could have the best looking fake tree ever.
The whole forest.
We'd have the whole forest. She could probably just yell at a real tree and it would turn into the fake tree that would then become the perfect best tree ever.
But see, I grew up with real trees, but then like I developed allergies. So for me, it's better to have the fake. Like I love the smell of a real tree, but then I'd have like allergy attacks. So I'm better off with the fake so I don't die.
That's fair.
Thank you.
I like a real tree. I like getting it. I'm going to be like Debbie Downer now. I like getting it from the places that say like they replant the trees for every Christmas tree, which a lot of places do now. Where like if you buy them from most places will say we have planted triple the amount of trees that we cut down, stuff like that. So I do. And I think most places do that now. So, but okay, Last one, New Year's resolutions. Are you for them or against them?
I'm for them. I think people are really hard on themselves with them. And it's like pass or fail. And I think that's the problem with them. Mm-hmm. But I think there's grace with them, where you set what I love to do is I like, what's a word? Like I'll like go and ask like mentors of mine or like pastors and I'll like pray and be like, what's a word for the year that I think going into the year is in, and actually 2020's word was change, which is so funny.
Wow.
And so I'm excited to see what 2021's like word is and like, what can I do to be, just to be aware of that word and how I can be making myself a better person surrounding. That's kind of like the theme and, the branches. Absolutely. And I think change is huge, like pandemic, no touring, fiance, family. It's just like two families now. It's just crazy. It's Christmas. I spent Christmas with her family. It's the first time I've never spent Christmas at home with my family. So, even with the touring, I would always go home. And so change was like a perfect word. And so I'm just excited to see what the new year brings.
And with a new year, we know what's coming is a new album.
A new album is coming, and I'm going to play it for you right.
I almost peed.
I was like, oh, don't even.
And the track list is
exclusive.
Yeah, that's so mean. No, it is exciting. I love this look for us too. It's like really elevated. Like it feels like I'm very excited. I have to keep censoring myself because every time I talk about it, I like leak things and say things about the songs that aren't released yet. So I'm like, really
we don't want you to get in trouble, but it is coming.
Yes, very exciting. February 12th, which is the day after my birthday, February 11th. Side note. Yes.
Oh gosh.
Which is the day after my birthday.
No way.
All right, my birthday is February 20th, but that didn't sound that exciting. But
did you see me? I was like, I thought it was the 20th. I'm like, maybe I got it wrong. I'm such a bad friend.
You're like, yeah. You're like, wait.
Oh, wait.
I'm like, yeah, but no. But it's like a week away. Oh, that's why I truly believe February Pisces people are the best people.
I'm a
Sorry,
Capricorn.
Nicole.
Anyway, the album is called The Lucky Ones. It is coming on February 12th. And okay, we won't ask about that. So I will ask the general question. You know, I asked it about Christmas songs, so I'll ask it about general songs. What is a song you haven't done yet that you really, really want to do?
Actually, Mitch said this in an interview recently, but I'm gonna steal it because it's really good. Time After Time, the group hasn't done yet. It's such a pretty song.
Really?
And timeless. And you don't like that song?
No. I mean, I can't believe that you guys haven't done that yet.
Exactly. It's one of those like, I should have a pentatonic version of this, you know? And so
Yeah.
that's definitely on the radar for next year. Probably next year. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, it tends to happen literally like this, where it's like, hey, I love that song. We should do it. Okay, cool. Let's do it. We'll do a video. And then the video comes out and it's done. It's like bada bing, bada boom. And
I vote for more Monkees songs.
You said what?
Lord.
I love the Monkees, and I think you guys should do like Pentatonix versions of the Monkees songs.
That would be fun. Honestly.
Thank you.
I think
that's my request.
and I will take it to the board.
Right, take it to the board, but maybe bury it under some other things. I love that it's going to be all originals for it. That is something I am so excited to hear from you guys. I mean, I love when you do covers. I am just excited for new music in general, but more so because it's from you guys.
Yes.
Aww.
And then we're going to see it in Mohegan.
Yeah.
Then we're going to come there and we're going to watch it.
Yes, you will.
Is there any, speaking of the holidays, because we're almost out of time, I just wanted to try and ask one or two more questions that we got from so many people. And one of them was from Marissa, Maximus' mom. And she said, is there any holiday tradition that you do now or that you are looking forward to start after you are married? So is there any holiday tradition?
Actually, yes. Two different ones. We wanted to start a tradition of going to New York City and doing in some point in December, because we always tour there. And she came the last time, and that's when she met my mom and my parents for the first time. And so it's like it's really beautiful. And Christmas in New York is like amazing. And so we want to try to do that. Obviously, it didn't happen this year, but we're gonna try to make that a thing. But we did these ornaments. My church actually sells these ornaments that go to different justice causes and causes for orphans in Africa and different things like that. And so it's called the Giving Wall. And so we decided not to just get Target ornaments. Nothing wrong with Target ornaments, but we just tried to get some alongside the regular ones, some really meaningful ones. And so we got a bunch of those. And then she got, we just put them away. Oh, they were right here. But we got these ornaments that with our photos on it from the first time in New York, and then our engagement photos. And it's like, come on, it's so cute.
It's adorable. And I mean, speaking of your church and your faith, you are a worship leader as well. I saw your performance freedom and whatnot. Oh my gosh, so good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love my church family. I grew up singing in church. My dad's a worship pastor, and so I've grown up singing in church my whole life. And so to find a church community out here that is just awesome, and they're like family to me. Expression 58 is their name, and we have a worship team, and we write our own music. It's fun. It's it doesn't feel like people call side gigs, and it feels like another extension of my heart. Actually, it's I want to be in so many different places, and I want to be on Broadway one day, and I want to put out my own original music one day. So I have all these extensions, and this is a really close one to my heart. Was expression worship, and so it's home, being able to do that. And also we've been able to stream and things safely throughout the pandemic, which has been so nice and sweet. And so I feel very fulfilled for sure.
I feel like we have had such a spiritual week this,
Yes.
Christmas week between Julie Chen, who, is doing a lot. She's a faith family member. She spoke to us all about that and what, Catholicism and spirituality means to her and her life. And now I think I'm just so proud of us this week of Christmas that we're spreading such joy and peace
Positivity
to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
Well,
I
you
think that's
guys should
called
be proud.
ego and a sin.
No, I'm good, and I'm gonna boost it because you guys are sweet. Like we've never met each other. It's like
No.
you don't know, but I just feel like I actually would hang out with you guys. And I would actually would. It's very.
I mean, he's more interesting than me.
No, that's not true. You're both equally gift or wrapping and bag.
I'm telling you, it's a Pisces thing. I've never met Pisces are all very like genuine, caring, compassionate. I've never met like a Pisces that like you can't get along with. Capricorns,
What's a Capricorn?
on the other hand.
I am the tissue paper in your bag. I'm like, poof. Here I am.
Well, look, you and Nicole do have one big thing in common.
Very serious. Very serious. We have to end on a very
I won't
serious
steal
note.
it from you. Go ahead, Nicole.
Very serious, Matt. I found out that you, my friend, love candy. And I love me some candy. So Rachel at TV Co wants to know, do you pronounce Reese's or Reese's? And I didn't say it my way. I said it how she said it. Reese's or Reese's?
I say Reese's, but
Matt.
Wrong. I know that it's wrong. Let me be honest. I used to say Reese's, and now ever since relationships are great. They would tell you things about yourself that you would never even thought you would. So one day, just casually, she said that's wrong, and I said, don't change. Don't. I've been doing this my whole life. You're wrong. And then Google is another beautiful thing. And so then I quickly found that I was mistakenly wrong about my favorite candy, and my whole life has been a sham.
But it is your favorite, though.
It is my favorite. It is my absolute favorite. To the point where I said it too many times, and I would get like not kidding, like those pound bars they had to bring to VIPs, and like all the candy canes and all the like hats with it in it. And like I never had seen so many Reese's after I like made one comment about it. It was so sweet.
Love it.
That is so it is specifically the peanut butter cups that you love. That is it's not like, because I love specifically the Reese's Pieces. I like a peanut butter cup, like, don't get me wrong.
See, I don't like the Reese's Pieces, and I don't know why. I'm not a big fan. I don't like. I love M&Ms. I know they're different, but it feels like I'm cheating on them. You know what I mean? A little bit.
They are very different. I love both, but they're very, very different. I wouldn't argue they're the same candy, but I also slipped up during a show and called them something else. And I'll never live it down.
Oh my gosh. Your face while I was talking looked like you were gonna kill me, so I'm gonna let you respond.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No, that's just my face. I was just laughing that, yes, Nicole called it Reese's penis, and said it was her
during
favorite.
a live show, Matt.
She was like, what I love to eat? So bad.
I got like flustered and I said the wrong word.
You probably turned red.
I did. It's a common occurrence.
And then we all changed our names to it on social media.
They torture me.
It was a fun time.
It's very, very funny. That is very funny. Honest mistake.
It is the best. Well, yes, Nicole exists on candy alone. I don't know how. She doesn't eat a protein or a vegetable, and she blows me away all the time. But we are almost out of time, and I want to get your socials, where you want people to follow you and all of that. But first, Julie Chen taught me, but first, we want to give you full screen to say anything you want to say to the fans who have come out to listen to you, anything you want to promote. We want to give you full screen first to do that, and then we'll come back and we'll get your socials and all that for the people that are listening on the audio. So here you go. It's all you.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Our album, The Lucky Ones, comes out on February. Pentatonix comes out February 12th. You'll be able to pre-order it very soon. I think you may be able to already, but if not, you will be able to very soon. It's all original. It's very, very, very exciting. My first original project with the group of all original music, and it's just so exciting. And you can follow me at Matt Sallee Music on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm just kidding. I don't have a LinkedIn. I guess I can take. Yeah, MySpace. I'll make a LinkedIn after this.
We'll put all the links underneath on this show. We'll put the links to all of your socials, where everyone can buy the album, and so much more. I did it, Nicole.
You said, he also cannot pronounce album.
Album.
I don't know where the second half of the word comes from.
Yeah, I don't either, but it's always what I do. And Nicole's like, no, you just say album. I can't do it, but I did it for you.
Wow. I'm honored.
No, so we will put the links below this show wherever you guys are watching it back. It'll be in the show notes if you are listening on a podcast provider. So go out there, make sure that you buy it, support Matt, support the Pentatonix that we love so incredibly much. And Nicole, I want to give you final words.
Well, I also want to ask Matt to make sure he spells his handles for those listening, the audio version, who don't know how to spell, like Eric. Go ahead.
Oh, that is true. Sorry.
PTX Official, PTXOFFICIAL. Wow. That was impressive. And that's the Pentatonix handle. And mine is Matt Sallee, MattSalleeMusic on everything. And love you guys. Thanks for listening.
And I cared more about getting the people to your social medias so that they would have had to get it that way. Matt, no, Nicole's all like, let's do a spelling bee now for the people. Yeah. Like if they're on the train, they're going to be like, hold on, I need a pencil. I got to write this down. They're holding the phone in their hand, Nicole. They can go like this. Click, click, click.
I was just trying to be helpful.
I'm triggered by spelling bees ever since I lost in second grade. But,
oh my gosh, I lost in second grade too.
No way. What was your word? Oh, okay. Ladies first. What was your word?
My word was, I can't pronounce it, orange, because I pronounced it orange. So I was front of the line. She said, Nicole, spell orange. I went, bitch, this is an easy word. And I went, A, and I was wrong, so I had to sit down.
I'm not laughing at you. That's so mean. I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm not laughing.
What was your word?
But my word was provolone, and
that's a tough
I didn't even know what that was in second grade. I don't know, and I don't even remember how I spelled it. But I was so mad. I was so confident, and everybody else had words that were so small, like 5-letter words. Like, I don't know.
I think that's the worst feeling of it. The worst part of it is when you're so confident, like the teacher says the word and you're like, I got this. And when they go wrong, you're like, no, I'm not. You realize you are.
You remember those things.
Yes,
and then
sorry.
You say it to other people. And then that's how the cycle starts. And that's tune in next week. I'm just kidding.
Tune in next week when Matt comes back for more Spelling with Nicole. Nicole.
Yes.
we've got to let Matt go. I'm giving you the floor. I'm letting you have it.
Okay. Oh gosh, I have the floor, and this is really nerve-wracking. Matt, I absolutely adore you. I adore all of Pentatonix. Best of luck to you and your fiance with planning the wedding. It's going to be fabulous because you guys are fabulous people, and she is gorgeous. And I wish you well, and we look forward to meeting you at this Mohegan Sun location that apparently is a lot of fun. I don't know.
Yes,
Same.
we will. Oh, come, oh, ye. There, I messed it up. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it. We will see you guys all in the next show. Thank you so much, Matt, for taking time out to talk to us.
I was impressed by your singing. I like this. Matt, can we get like a oh goodbye friends? I don't know. I tried. Damn it. I promise I'm better than that. No, I can do better. Ready?
I appreciate the dance.
Friends. Oh, come all you friends. Oh, come all you friends.
Here's the problem. I don't know that the noise canceling doesn't cancel it out. And every time we try to, it cancels us out, which makes me think that we're making noise and not music.
Thank you, Matt, for making music.
You guys are so fun.
Thank you, Matt. I cannot wait to, in the future, watch you guys perform on New Year's Eve, which of course we will be. You will all have already saw us promoting all over our social medias last night. And we can't wait to talk all about it on our podcast on Monday about how much we loved your performance.
Oh, well, thank you guys. This has been so much fun.
Likewise, Matt. Thank you.
Likewise. We will see you guys all in the next show. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye, friends. Happy New Year.
Bye, guys.